Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Sirianatarot. This is going to be a you versus them love reading for my dearest Scorpios. Scorpio, I'm going to read your energy on the right, your person's energy on the left, and then we're going to see what's happening between you right down the middle. At any point in time, feel free to swap the energies that I may be picking up on. And if these messages resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I do have those links down below. All right, Scorpio, your person is showing up as the Nine of Swords in reverse, okay? So I feel like they're really in their head about you, although this person could be coming out of like a really tough time, independent of you or this connection. Scorpio, you're showing up as the Tower. You have rocked this person's world, Scorpio. And we see the Queen of Pentacles. This may be somebody you end up in a long-term commitment with. We have strong Aries, Scorpio energy, but also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we see the Five of Cups in reverse. I think, Scorpio, you're dealing with somebody who's coming out of a difficult time. You know, it could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be personal loss that triggered this. It could be this Mercury retrograde. I've mentioned it in a few other readings, but like, you know, I don't know about all of you out there, and I did put a poll up on my channel, so if you want to check that out. A lot of us, and I say us, have been going through it here with this Mercury retrograde that started in Sag and is I think now in Scorpio. And so, you know, maybe it just feels like this person hasn't been as emotionally available. They've probably been all over the place. They've been going through it, putting out fires, things like that, right? But I still think you've rocked this person's world. All right, the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, this person's definitely been in their head. They've been nervous. They've been anxious. The shadow attributes of Virgo energy. They've been really harsh and judgmental, most likely towards themselves. But I do think that they're coming out of hiding, right? Like they're coming out, they're starting to feel renewed and refreshed. All right, how they're viewing you, Scorpio, the World card. They feel like there's unfinished business, but they may be a little worried that they've put some distance between you and them during this difficult time. So with the Tower here, again, you've rocked this person's world. You're a force to be reckoned with. I can see that you're feeling hurt or maybe disappointed. Maybe you haven't heard from this person. They haven't been as available to you. Maybe some of my Scorpios, because I know you are empathic as hell, that you might be also feeling what they're going through. I could definitely see that. Like you're feeling this person's pain. You're feeling the anxiety that they're experiencing. And most likely because you're very deeply connected, or you're just a Scorpio. You feel deeper than anybody else, right? But you're viewing this person as the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So a lot of you are waiting for this person to come out of this energy, or you're waiting for something to end, because you do feel like you two balance each other in the most harmonious ways. I do like this energy because I feel like there's a lot of potential for this connection to be long-term, to be healthy, to be loving, but it's like you're holding space for this person to get through whatever this is. All right, let's see. Queen of Pentacles, they're viewing the relationship as the Eight of Cups. But, you know, this eight, I don't feel like they might be a little bit worried, Scorpio, though, that you're going to walk away because of what's been going on lately. But I also feel, too, the Eight of Cups is like there's this rainbow in the background. And it's like they're sitting down right now. All these cups have spilled over, broken. You know, again, it's just like, excuse my language, but it's been a shit show is what I'm getting for this person. But they're sitting here. They're still here. They know that there's a pot of gold. There's a rainbow at the end of this, right? A pot of gold and a rainbow at the end of this with you. So, I mean, I think they do know that you're probably holding space for them. But I think there's some fear or hesitation, Scorpio, that maybe you are going to walk away, that it's too much. You're viewing the relationship as the Ace of Wands in reverse. So you might be a little bit worried that, you know, with what's going on, the passion isn't still there, the attraction isn't there, or that this is going to end in rejection. But with the Page of Cups here, I do think that you still have feelings for this person. I think you're still just kind of wondering, like, where is this going to go? Are we going to be able to get through this? Or is this going to be something that, you know, tears us apart? All right. So let's see what we need to know about this person, Scorpio. What do we need to know about this person? We see Don Juan energy, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So I do think this person is very sexy. I think they're very, very attractive. Some of you, I mean, this can be player energy, but I'm not really reading. I kind of feel like this person is not in the mental headspace to be like, being a player or dealing with other people. So to be honest, Scorpio, the way I'm reading this is like more like this person, your messages, your interactions with this person may have been, maybe you feel like a little bit base level and focused on the physical. And I feel like some of you, you're like, but I thought this was a deeper connection. Like, why are they kind of just focusing on like how hot I am or how good the sex is or whatever? And I kind of feel like that's all they kind of can do at this moment is kind of what I'm getting. Because like whatever's going on here, some of you, they're going to come out after a period of pause or quiet, and they're going to be very focused there on that passion. And some of you, it might feel, I don't want to say it feels fake, but like it feels like superficial. All right. And we see martyr energy, addiction to self-pity. So they've definitely been going through it, and they may still want or need some, pity. They may be throwing themselves a bit of a pity party here. And we see monk or nun. So negative judgment of the physical world and excess piety. So some of you, I kind of feel like what this energy is like, they've, they may, I do think that they do have some negative judgments about the world. They might be really down on like what's going on in the world, and especially like with politics and things like that, like letting themselves kind of get pulled into that whirlwind of like negative energy. But I'm also seeing too, they might have been excessively pious at this time. Like they may have had zero sex drive, and then they come back with like all this focus on passion, and like it just feels weird, right? It feels a little bit weird, and almost feels like you're going to be feeling, Scorpio, a little bit like they're ignoring the deep connection that you two had. But again, I kind of feel like because this person has been in this excessively pious energy trying to get through, like I said, it's anxiety, it's depression, it's, they've been, they've really been in their head, right? Like, and like I said, a lot of you, they've been putting out fires, and I'm not making excuses for them either, Scorpio. I mean, we're not going to be excusing bad behavior. We get confirmation there from that truck, 2 toots, right? Strong confirmation. So it's like, you don't want to make excuses for their bad behavior, but, you do want to see where they're coming from. If this is somebody that you are willing to give another chance to. So let's see, what else do we need to know? And again, I feel like they just like really pulled back, really went into hermit mode, and almost like they were punishing themselves. Okay, like, when somebody also, when somebody goes into, when they're suffering like with mental health, a lot of times the first things that go are like self-care, self-love, and they cut themselves off from even the people that love them, because in some weird way they feel they don't really deserve that. So I do kind of feel like their mental health has been suffering lately. Okay, let's see what else is holding them back. Too busy. You use being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for your partner. Some of you, they've been too busy. But you know what I feel like not only with you, but with other people, they've been saying, oh, I've got a lot of work to do. And they've literally just been crawling into bed and sleeping or hiding in video games and things like that. Because I'm also getting like a procrastination with this person. Again, I feel like it's some mental health stuff. Again, I don't think it's a huge red flag, because I do think it happens to every one of us from time to time. And I think my Scorpios are going to kind of get it. But yeah, but anyway, let's see. And judgment. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. Yeah. So this person might feel too, like after the way they've been behaving or what they've been going through, that you're probably just going to leave them. But I don't see that in your energy. I mean, I see you being disappointed, but I also see you being open to seeing where this goes, hearing what they have to say, although you are being quite realistic with that Ace of Wands in reverse, that, maybe this is going to be an ending here. It just kind of depends on how you two come together. All right, so let's see. We have, I wish I could take back the things I said or the way I behaved. Again, they may have not really been themselves lately. And lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Yeah. And for some of you, they just kept saying, oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I'm too busy. I mean, for some of you, maybe there's third party. I'm not really getting that. For more of you, I'm just kind of getting this person wasn't being open with you, Scorpio, about how they were really feeling. And I think they were feeling overwhelmed and in kind of a dark place. And instead of opening up to you, they were like, yeah, I've just got a lot of work to do. I think they were shutting you and everybody out you and everybody out. So I think this is going to be a really specific message for some of my Scorpios out there. All right, let's see. Anything else we need to know? What are their next actions towards you? A 10 of Swords, an ending, and we see the 2 of Coins. Yeah, so I kind of feel like the 10 of Swords, I mean, an ending for some of you, maybe they did break up with you, or there is some sort of like breakup, but I feel like makeup. Again, maybe they told you they needed space, but they've decided they're going to come in and invest. I really do get that from this person. Like, this could be the type of person that kind of feels like everything becomes overwhelming and they cut themselves off from the very people who love them. And when this episode comes to an end, it's like they come back around, or they realize how effed up it was they were behaving, or that they do this, right? That they have a pattern of doing this. So it is something to really take into consideration here, Scorpio, because, like I said, everybody struggles with mental health from time to time. And I feel like my Scorpios, you feel this person on a very deep level, and I feel you're very empathic. So it's like you get it, and I feel like you do hold space for this person, but you are going to have to decide, Scorpio, whether or not, this is too much. Is this somebody that you do want to deal with, or you want to be open to? For a lot of you, I do think you do. I mean, I do think I don't feel like you're giving this person a pass, but I do feel like you're willing to hear them out. All right, and we see detach. So Spirit's advice for you, Scorpio, is you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Yeah, and remember, what's truly meant for you will pass you by. And I think some of you have been very attached to this and to the outcome here, but you're coming into that energy with the Ace of Wands in reverse that maybe this isn't for me, or maybe I need to detach right now and not feel them, their problems are not all my problems. But I think I do think that they're coming around though. Okay. And so you decide if you're up for it or not. All right, Scorpios, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.